soak up some of the oil from the chorizo. Testing out a new air mattress by Airelax. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode. This weekend, we are doing some truck camping out in Phoenix, Arizona. We're spending the next 2 nights out here. Tonight, we're just hanging out. We're actually going to go check out a brewery, which is a pet-friendly brewery. And then tomorrow, we're going to the Country Can Festival out in Mesa, Arizona. So for the next 2 nights, we're actually truck camping out at a RV park resort called Desert Edge RV Park, just to make it easier for us so we don't have to kind of like drive out of town and go find some dispersed camping. The park is actually only $60 a night, which is pretty nice. They have full facilities, full hookups, bathroom, showers, pool, recreational room, dog parks, and it's a decent park. It's not the best that we've ever been to, but also for being in the middle of town, it's not too bad. So we're about 20 minutes from Scottsdale, 20 minutes from pretty much everywhere that we were planning on going. Trying out a new air mattress up top. I can still open up the hatch, which is good. That's what I was worried about, but it fits perfectly side to side. We just gotta lay out the sleeping bags. That's why we ended up buying the ladder, so it's easier to get up here. The mattress did make sleeping a bit more comfortable in here, so. Good girl, good girl. We are testing out a new air mattress by Airelax. Inside the GFC, it adds about another 4 inches of padding. And that's kind of why we've paired it up with the stairs. Definitely makes it easier to come in and out because you essentially need to keep the floors all intact, except we had to open one to let Rio out because these stairs are a little bit too high for her. You do need to deflate it every time you want to take it out, or if you need to take the tent down. So this definitely isn't a permanent thing to keep in here, but it definitely made it a lot comfier to sleep. These quick deflating little valves here, so that it'll start to deflate and inflate on its own depending on which nozzles you have open. So this is what the air mattress looks like in here. So I had to take all of the bedding out, shoved it down here, and what you can do now is just fold it into a hot dog and then start deflating everything. so that was definitely a lot more work than you ever really want to do for a rooftop tent. This thing is pretty big when it's folded down, so it definitely can't ride up here whenever we have the tent down. And I needed to take it out so that we could clear some of this condensation. This is how big this Airelax mattress is. I don't think it's very convenient for this type of camping, especially if you're having to pack down everything every time you need to go drive. So you guys may be wondering why we camp at RV parks. A couple reasons. Number one, it is pretty cheap. So for the RV park tonight, we paid about $60 per night, and you honestly cannot find an Airbnb for that cheap. Reason number two, proximity. So we are pretty much in the middle of Phoenix right now. I'm trying to talk quiet because we got a ton of neighbors around us, which is one of the cons of camping at a campground. But the proximity to town, you just can't beat for this price. We have a festival that we're heading to today, so that's kind of one of the reasons why we're here. We're heading to the Country Can Festival, and we're only about 20 minutes away from that festival from here, which is in the middle of town. So another pro of why we camp at campgrounds. Pro number three is the amenities. So this place has full bathrooms, showers, laundry, rec room, dog parks, full hookups. I mean, we could have brought our air fryer if we really wanted to, and they have Wi-Fi. So just good amenities, and especially since we want a shower prior to this festival, it is definitely well worth the $60 for the night. So another pro, this really just applies to the Go Fast campers, is that you can be a truck camper when you want, or you can be a tent camper whenever you want. So some RV parks, they require you to be self-containing. This park did not have that any type of requirement, at least listed on their website. So we just kind of list the GFC or the camper as a truck camper, and we're able to camp here. We can kind of be whatever we want whenever we need to be. For breakfast this morning, we are making some sweet potato and chorizo breakfast burritos. Grab the chorizo now. So we mixed up the chorizo and the potato and the onions. So the potato is supposed to help soak up some of the oil from the chorizo. I want to throw this into a breakfast burrito with some eggs.
There you go.
Extra protein. Sweet potato chorizo burritos turned out pretty good. So we are getting camp all packed up and ready to roll. We're actually going to hit the Botanical Gardens today and then hit the festival later. Gardens. So we just tried to go to the Botanical Gardens, but unfortunately dogs are not allowed all day. It's actually just periods of time where dogs allowed. I looked it up, and in Botanical Gardens was one of the dog-friendly things that you can do in Phoenix, but we didn't time it properly. Early mornings on Saturdays are usually dog days where your dog is allowed to go through the garden. So we're just walking around the parking lot area. Looking at some cacti. And this bird's hanging out with us too. Look at that. I know, this is crazy to see here. We're at Papago Park, guys. So we just got done walking around the park. We are now going to go find some tacos. Real. Time for the Country Can Festival. Okay. Oh, Rio, you ready for the festival? Made it to the Country Can Festival. Started at 4. We're here a little bit later. Lots of shops. There's real grass here. It's crazy.
In the line dancing, there's no wrong move. You're just having your own play.
Alright guys, we're getting home late, sitting at the bed, and we're going to bed. Good morning. So last night we got in pretty late, so we just set up the tent and went right to bed. Pretty minimal setup. All we did was take the stairs up and then threw some sleeping stuff up top and called it a day. We didn't really unpack anything. Took this out for a step. So this is kind of how we're set up for a quick and easy takedown and get out. Getting everything aired out at the top, but essentially all we need to do now is take down the tent, throw this in, and then we are off and ready to go. So super easy. Have the Airelax, which is, as you can see how big that is. It definitely made a difference last night when we were sleeping. It's comfortable, but I don't know if it's worth the hassle or struggle of putting it away. Super easy to set up, but putting it away up there in the small area, debatable. Thanks to Get Out Gear for providing this bag. We've been using it pretty much all week for the festival. It folds down really small, really awesome little backpacking blanket, but fluffs up really nice, keeps you pretty warm, and there's a little button on here that actually can like clip around your neck so it doesn't fall off on you, which is pretty cool. Go. So with the pros yesterday, we will point out a couple cons, obviously. The first and very obvious one is that you have neighbors. So unlike dispersed camping, you have a lot of your own space, but here you just gotta, you know, share your space with others, and that's okay. Usually we run into some really nice people around in RV parks, so we really don't mind, especially since this isn't our full-time thing. You know, we like the mixture of dispersed and campground camping. Another con, at least for us, since we are not enclosed in the truck camper, we are kind of out in display for everyone to see whenever we're taking down or setting up camp. So definitely the lack of privacy around here. All right, guys, let's go. So I think we would rate this campground at about maybe like a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty sleepy campground, so not a lot, but the amenities are really good. I think probably the highlight is like the bathrooms and the showers were really nice, super good water pressure, and they actually had hot water, unlike other RV resort campgrounds that we've ever been to. So right now we are checked out. We are now gonna go hit up some breakfast in the area and then make our way home.